Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya'i wal mursaleen. Wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. Allahumma ja'alna minhum minallazina amanu wa amilu salihat. Wa tawasaw bil haqqi wa tawasaw bis sabr. Ameen ya rabbal alameen. Summa amma ba'd. Fa'auzu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Rabbi zidna ilma. Allahumma faqihna fid din. Allahumma inni as'aluka ilman nafi'an wa 'amalan mutaqabbalan wa rizqan tayyiba. Allahumma sabbitna indal mauti bila ilaha illallah. Ameen ya rabbal alameen. I welcome you all to this amazing journey of learning the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept it from you and me and make it a ticket to Jannatul Firdaus for all of us. Ameen ya rabbal alameen. Scholars of Deen strongly believe that understanding of Quran is an obligation on every Muslim. And Alhamdulillah, we all took the very step right to understand this book in its own language. Believe me, the real sweetness of this book can only be tasted by its own language. Translation cannot do the justice at all. People think it's an impossible task, and I bet you give me the next 6 weeks of your life and you would fall into love of this language, inshallah. About this course, we will follow Noman Ali Khan, the syllabus of Dream Book, inshallah. And in next 6 weeks, we will finish the Nahu book that I already shared with you on WhatsApp group. So in next 6 weeks, we are, inshallah, would be able to finish that. And after that, we will have a weekly class on Sundays, and we will study surf, inshallah, in these classes. And these classes can be 8 months long study, which will enable us to enjoy Quran without translation, inshallah. Yes, the path is long and hard, but this path goes straight to your Rabb. Choice is yours. Now I would like to talk to my youth here. I know there are so many, my young generation is here. So I wanna address them that you are very special to me. I'm telling you that this is the best time of your life to connect to your Rabb, because this is the promise of Allah that you will be under the arsh of Him if you remember Him, if you connect with Him at this age now. We spent years and years to gain worldly degrees. Can we not give just 1 year to these studies? Just 1 year? And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has promised that He would put the world under your feet. So my youth, please think about it. Yes, so inshallah, today we are going to cover 3 kinds of words in Arabic. Before we start our class, I wanna just discuss because, okay, so what are the 4 things that can help us in learning Arabic? The first thing is sincerity and pure intention. So before every class, you need to check your sincerity and intention why you are here. And I need to check my intention and my sincerity why I am teaching it. Because our intention and sincerity should be only for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We are all here to make a better connection with Him. The second thing is dedication. If we have sincerity and pure intention, but dedication is missing, we won't be able to achieve our goal. And how can we show that we are dedicated? You can show me that you are doing your homeworks, you are practicing, you are reviewing what you have learned. Test yourself, listen to the recording until you are 100% clear on the concept. So keep watching the recording. And if you have any question regarding the lessons, I would love to help you guys out. The third point is lot of du'as and istighfar are required. If we have sincerity, we have dedication, but we don't make du'as, so chances are we won't be able to so we need to increase the istighfar. The fourth point is good companionship. This is also very important because when you stay connected with the people that you're studying, or the same people, like the people are studying the same thing, that would be very helpful. That's why I recommended that we need to have study groups, and inshallah in these study groups you will see that you are staying motivated and you will not fall apart, inshallah. So again, one more time, what do we need? We need our sincerity, we need pure intention, we need dedication, we need a lot of du'as and istighfar, and we need good companionship. So before every class, you guys need to make sure that you have all these four things in your pocket. Okay, now this is the ayah from Quran Pak. This is Surat Al-Qamar. It says, وَلَقَدْ يَسَّرْنَا الْقُرْآنَ لِلذِّكْرِ فَهَلْ مِن مُدَّكِرٍ. The translation is, and certainly we have made the Quran easy for remembrance, but is there anyone who will mind? So I'm not happy with this translation. And as a student of Arabic, I'm gonna tell you that so much is missing in this ayah. So let's see what is missing. So look at the word kad over here. Kad is very strong emphasis. And on top of it, the la is used over here. So this is double the emphasis. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala it's like he is taking oath, he is swearing that he has made Quran easy for remembrance. And this now over here, we all know that this is the, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking in his royalty. So he's saying that certainly we have made Quran easy, lizikri, for zikr. Now what is zikr? Zikr can be many things. Zikr, even the name, one of the name of the Quran Pak is zikr. So zikr, Quran has many dimensions, we know that. We recite Quran, we learn it with tajweed, we learn its tafsir, we memorize it, we learn its language, like we are doing right now, and we ponder over the ayat of it, we apply it into our lives. These all include in the zikr. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that everything, whatever is related to Quran is very easy. And he is swearing. So should we trust Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Yes. So we are not going to say ever that Arabic is hard or anything related to Quran is hard, because this is the promise of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If he is saying it is easy, then we need to believe, yes, it is easy. What is our part? Our part is right over here. The next is Fahal mim muddakir. He's asking, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is asking a question. It's not like question, yes, no question, but it's a rhetorical question. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that, is there anyone who is going to put a little bit effort. So in the translation, you're not gonna see little bit, but why I'm saying that there is little bit. I'm gonna explain that at the very end, because I want you to stay in the class till the very end. So I will show this gem to you guys at the very end of the class. So, so that was it. So we are going to trust Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that Quran and whatever is related to Quran, even the learning of language is very easy. Just we have to do what? We have to put a little bit effort. And inshallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gonna hold our hand and he gonna take us through this path. So I would highly recommend that everyone memorize this dua, this ayah. So whenever you see that, okay, you are falling apart, you have lack of motivation, you're gonna remind yourself with this ayah. So let's say it together. وَلَقَدْ يَسَّرْنَا الْقُرْآنَ لِلذِّكْرِ فَهَلْ مِن مُدَّكِرٍ. So this is a question. فَهَلْ مِن مُدَّكِرٍ. So we need to say, Labbaik Allahumma, Labbaik. Oh Allah, we are here, inshallah. Okay, so now we are going to see what we will learn in this course. So basic Arabic grammar contains two sciences. The one is called Nahu. And what is Nahu? Nahu is the study of grammar. How do words play with each other? So in one sentence, there are different kinds of words, and how do they relate to each other, how they play with each other, how do they interact with each other. So this science we are going to do. And this is what I was telling you guys in the beginning, that this is the book, this Nahu book, inshallah, we are going to finish in next 6 weeks. And after that, we are going to start surf. So the second science is surf. And this, what is that? This is the study of individual words. How do we create different words from one word? So inshallah, we will learn both, but you guys need to stay committed. Now, basic units of language. What are the basic units of language? We all know that every language has alphabets. Then alphabets come together, make words. Words come together, make fragments. Fragments come together, make sentences. So this is how every language works, and this is how Arabic works. Now, this is actually our lesson is starting from here, and I'm happy that this lesson is starting with a very good news. What is the good news? The good news is that there are only 3 kinds of words in Arabic. English has 8 parts of speech. This Arabic has only 3 kinds of words. So you open Quran-e-Pak, there are tons of words, but you should be happy thinking that, okay, these are only 3 kinds and you can spot them very easily, inshallah. And what are they? They are ism, fail, and harf. So repeat them. Ism, fail, harf. 5 times. Ism, fail, harf. There are 3 kinds of words, and what are they? Ism, fail, and harf. Now, what is ism? The definition of ism is that ism is a name of a person, place, thing, idea, adjective, adverb, and more. Now, you see that the translation for ism, the English translation, I put noun over here because I got no choice. Otherwise, this noun does not equivalent to this ism at all. So this, the Arabic noun is not equivalent to English noun, sorry. The English noun does not equivalent to this ism at all. Why? Because if we remember the noun in our childhood, we used to memorize the definition. Noun is the name of a person, place, and thing. And we stop here, right? We don't go further because this is the English noun is. The English noun has only these 3 things: person, place, and thing. but the ism has a lot more in it. So the ism has the name of person, place, thing, idea, adjective, adverb, and more. So even though the word noun is there, but you should know as a Arabic student that ism has more than a noun. So this is not right. This is wrong to say that ism is equivalent to noun. Now let's see, chunk down this ism definition. So it says ism is a name of a person. What could be the name of a person? Ali, example. Place could be Toronto. Thing could be computer. Idea could be, idea is something that is abstract. You cannot touch it or see it. So it could be happiness, sadness, education even, Islam. These are all example of idea. Then we have adjective. Adjective, we know that it describes someone. For example, if I say tall boy, so this tall word is describing the boy. So this is adjective, and this is also part of ism. Then we have adverb. Adverb, we know that it tells us how something happened. So for example, and its sign is that you will find ly. So like quickly, slowly, sadly. So all these ly things, they are adverbs. Not every time we have lovely. So lovely is not adverb, but most of the time ly gonna be adverb. And more. So I'm gonna leave this more for a while, and inshallah, as we go, we will discover this more. So let's say the definition of ism at least 3 times. So ism is a name of a person, place, thing, idea, adjective, adverb, and more. How many things are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 is more. So let's say one more time. Ism is a name of a person, place, thing, idea, adjective, adverb, and more. One more time. Ism is a name of a person, place, thing, idea, adjective, adverb, and more. Okay, next. Next come fail. Fail, and what is the definition of fail? Fail is something that is stuck in time. We all know that fail, it can be past tense, it can be present tense, and it can be future tense. In Arabic, fail, we have only two tenses, and one is past and the other one is present, and the present also include the future. So we have one less tense. And again, it is wrong to say that English verb is equivalent to fail, because fail has more into it than verb. So, but we don't have any other choice. That's why you will see all this translation, but the reality is different. So just I'm making sure that you guys should know the difference. So what is more, inshallah, when we learn fail, I'm gonna explain you guys. So again, what is fail? Fail is something that is stuck in time, and it has past, present, and future tense in it. Then the third one is harf. Harf is something that does not make sense by itself unless some fail or some ism come with it. And the examples are for, it, with, in, by. All these words are harf. And example is, okay, if I'm going somewhere, I sit in the cab and I tell the driver to, you're not gonna understand to where. So I need to say to the airport, to the hospital. So this to is by itself does not make sense. It needs something. So this is the definition of harf. Harf is something that does not make sense by itself. Okay, and again, the preposition, the English preposition are not equivalent to harf at all. So harf have more into it, but again, no choice. So again, there are three kinds of words, and what are they? Ism, fail, and harf. Now, in few of our next classes, we will only be talking about ism. So I'm not gonna talk about fail. I'm not gonna talk about her, only ism. Okay, so all we're gonna talk next few classes is ism, and ism. Okay, and by the next class, I really want you that all three definitions should be in your head. Okay, so no choice. So you need to memorize all these definitions. Now let's see over here. Indicate ism, fail, and herb in this drill. I'm gonna just do this part because this is very easy. It's look like we are in grade 1 doing something. So I'm gonna just do this part and the rest I'm gonna leave at you. Inshallah, you're gonna take care at home. So table, what do you think about table? Table is obviously name of a thing. So name of a thing goes to ism. So table is ism. Then we have Dallas. What is Dallas? Dallas is a name of a place. So again, this is ism. Then it says yells. Yells mean shout, right? So this is, I can hear action over here. So this is our fail. Then we have from. From, what do you think about from? Obviously, this is herf because it's not gonna make sense by itself. Then books. Books is name of thing. So this is ism. For is herf. It's not gonna make sense by itself. On, again herf. Okay, so this is how you are going to practice the rest of them, inshallah. Okay, another exercise, because we need to make sure we know that what is ism, what is fail, and what is herf. So look over here again, I'm gonna just do the first sentence and rest you are going to do it at home, inshallah. So it says, we invited guests for dinner. So we, what do you think about we? We are people. So that means people need to go in ism bucket, okay? So we is ism. Now invited. Invited is action, so that go in the fail bucket. Then we have guest. Guest is people, so that goes in the ism bucket. For, sorry. So we invited guests for dinner. So for is, what do you think? Herf, because it's not gonna make sense by itself. So this is our herf bucket. Dinner. Dinner is a name of a meal, right? So that should be some. So this is how you are going to take care of each and every word and label it, inshallah. That's gonna be, inshallah, fun. Okay, so now, so far you must be thinking, oh, Rahat is teaching English grammar to us. But now we are into Arabic grammar, alhamdulillah. So how to recognize an ism? Since we do not have any background, we do not have any vocabulary, but still we can understand or recognize an ism. How? I'm going to give you these 3 signs, and that can help you to find out ism in the Quran Pak. What are these 3 signs? First of all, this un sound. Not only un sound, but un sound, in sound, I mean tanmeen. So if you see tanmeen on any letter, on any word, you should know that, okay, this is an ism. Simple and easy. So tanmeen mean 2 pesh, 2 zabar, 2 zer, 2 damatain, fathatain, and kasratain, right? Double accent, whatever you want to call them. So when you see tanmeen, you should know this is ism. That's it. Then second sign is that if you see ta marbuta, I call this ta marbuta the hijabi lady. So if you see a hijabi lady on any word, you should know that this is an ism. So this ta marbuta is the sign that this is ism. The third is if you see al. If you see al before any word, this is the sign that this is ism. Simple and easy. So first one is tanween. If you see tanween at the end of any word, that is ism. If you see ta marbuta, this is ism. If you see al, this is ism. That's it. So these are the three signs. Even though you do not know any vocabulary, you do not have any idea of Arabic, you can walk out today by knowing, okay, these are the three signs of ism. That's all. So open Quran Pak after the class and try to find out all these isms. Okay. Now we have Surat Fatiha, beautiful surah, and we are going to look these signs that I mentioned. So if they are there. So the first highlighted, the underlined word is the word Allah, and we all know that this is the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is obviously an ism. Then Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, we know these are the attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but I'm more interested to that you should look that there is al over here. So that means this word is ism. We have al on Ar-Rahim too, so that means this word is ism. Then we have Alhamdu. Now I see al over here, so that is ism. Alhamdu lillahi rabbil alameen. I see al over here. So this is an ism. Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. Maliki yawmiddin. Ad-Din. So we have al over here. So this is our ism. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina as-siratal mustaqim. Now as-sirat. Yeah, this al is over here. Al-mustaqim. The al is here. صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب. I see all over here. مغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. All over here. So all you guys can see over here. So these are all ism. So this is how you can practice at home to make you strong. Now we are going to talk about the properties of ism. So every ism has 4 properties. You can remember that by this car. That's why I put a picture over here. Car has 4 wheels. So does the ism. So ism has 4 properties. Whenever we see an ism, we need to try to find out its 4 properties. What are these? Status, number, gender, type. So we're gonna say them 5 times. Status, number, gender, type. Status, number, gender, type. Status, number, gender, type. And in if you are more interested in Arabic term, you're gonna say Arab, Adad, Jins, and Qism. Arab, Adad, Jins, and Qism. Okay, now what is status? You see the sound at the end of every Arabic word. So if you hear un sound or un sound or in sound, this is status. And why sometimes we have un sound, why we have sometimes un sound, and why in sound. I'm going to explain you in a bit, but this is called status. So again, you guys should remember what is status. Status tells us that you need to remember all these sounds, un, in, and status tells us what role the ism is playing in the sentence. I'm going to explain that in a bit. So this is status. Then we have one second number. So number is either singular in Arabic or dual or plural. So this is, you can see that how precise is the Arabic language. In English, we have only singular and then plural. But in Arabic, we have singular, then we have dual, and then we have plural. So this is about number. Then gender. Every Arabic word is either masculine or feminine. Then type. Every Arabic word is either common or proper. We know common, proper, right? Okay, so now forget about all this number, gender, type. What is our focus gonna be in next few classes? Just the status. So we're gonna just talk about status, status, and status. So again, what are the 4 properties? Status, number, gender, type. Status, number, gender, type. You need to memorize all of them, okay? Status, number, gender, type. A lot of memorization in this lesson, but we have to do it, no choice. So status, number, gender, type. These are the 4 properties of any sum. And what is the status? Status tells us what role an ism is playing in the sentence. For example, it could be the doer of the action, right? It could be the detail of the action, or it could be the referring to some possession. Okay, what is this all about? Inshallah, it's gonna be clear in a bit. Look over here. Status are 3 kinds. Doer, detail, after of. So how many kinds of status? Doer, detail, after of. Again, doer, detail, after of. Now, what is doer? Doer is the doer of the action, obviously. In English, we also call it subject. So subject of the action. So now, how we gonna recognize that this is the doer of the sentence? It's gonna have either un sound or u sound. So un sound, like tanween, or either just single accent. For example, over here, Nasara Khalidun. So even though you do not know the meaning of Nasara, this Khalidun, the dun sound at the end, should tell you that this is the doer of the action. So I don't know what did Khalid did, but Khalid is the one who did something. So Nasara, even though if you do not know the meaning, just this sound can tell you that this is the doer of the action. And in Arabic term, we call it Rafa or Marfu. If this is hard to remember, no worries, just you're gonna remember doer. So whenever you hear un sound or u sound, you should know this is the doer of the action. And that is called raf. Now, the second type of Arab is called object, or you can call it detail. So doer, and now we have detail of the action. So detail of the act is, now look over here, it says Nasara Khalidan. It's not Khalidun this time, but Khalidan. So this done is telling me that this is the object, this is the receiver of the action. So Khalid is now the receiver of the action. Over here, he was the one who did the action. But now this done sound is telling me that he is the receiver of the action. Someone has helped Khalid. So how cool is it? Just the sounds can tell you what's going on in the sentence. So this is called detail, and the Arabic term for that is nasab, and you can label it with N. Okay, so now third type is called after of. So after of, this is kind of weird, but it's very helpful to recognize these kinds of, because if I say all these just Arabic term, that is kind of hard. So these terms really help us out. So after of, you look at the sentence over here, it says Kitabu Khalidin, book of Khalid. Now, what word is coming after of? This Khalid. So that means something belongs to Khalid. So whenever you hear din sound, Kitabu Khalidin, Whenever you hear din sound, you should know, okay, Khalid has something to possess, like something belongs to Khalid. So I'm going to repeat one more time. We have three kinds of Arab. We have, sorry, status are three kinds, or Arab are three kinds. And what are they? Doer. Doer is the one who did the act. And we call it Raf or Marfu. And what is the sign? How I'm going to recognize that? With this sound, un sound. So the pesh sound or dammatan, they are going to tell us that this is the doer of the action. The second is detail. So what sound you need to hear? Done sound. So if you hear done sound with your eyes closed, you should know, okay, that is the receiver of the action. Then the third one is after of. So if you hear din sound, you should know, okay, that person possess something. Okay, so something belong to this person. So the words like my, our, their, your, her, all these possessive case, right? So they are all after of, you can call them, even though they are not showing us after of, but we can switch them around to find out, yes, they are after of. For example, when I say my book, now if the another way to say is book of mine. So now I have something after of, so this is my after of. So this is how you can switch around and find out, but it's easy. Whenever you see all these possessive case, you should know, okay, this is after of. And what is the like vowel sign gonna be? In sound. So un, or you can say dun, dan, and din. So these are the three kinds of Arab or three kinds of status. Now, how are we going to memorize them? How we are going to remember them, that this dun, dan, and din sound is like what status it is. So now, may Allah bless my Ustad Asif. He was my very first Ustad of Arabic, and very passionate, very dedicated Ustad. So what he does, he always creates some song out of Arabic terms, Arabic rules, and makes learning fun. So this is song composed by him, and we used to sing a lot in our Arabic class with him. So I'm gonna, even though I'm not like my voice is not very good, okay, I admit that, and you dare not to laugh at me, but I'm doing it to make this class fun. Okay, so, and inshallah, you will sing. You have to sing at least 10 times after the class. Sing to someone or sing to yourself, but you have to do it 10 times, I said, okay? So now I'm gonna sing it, okay? And don't laugh, please. If I say dun, it's marfu. When I say dan, it's mansoob. When I say din, it's majroor. If I say dun, it's marfu. When I say dan, it's mansoob. When I say din, it's majroor. So dun dun dan dan din din, dun dun dan dan din din, dun dun dan dan din din, dun dun dan dan din din. Okay, that was fun. So you have to memorize this song. And what is this song saying? Say it is saying the same thing that I just said. Okay, if you hear un sound, then you know that this is the doer of the action. If you hear un sound, you should know this is the detail of the action. And if you hear in sound, you should know this is majroor and this is the after of. Someone something belongs to someone. Okay. So now look at more example over here. It says, I ate too much chocolate. My tooth is hurting, and the dentist gave me filling. Now, if you see what is the action? I ate too much chocolate over here. The eating is the action, right? And who did that action? Me. So what status I should be over here? Rough status. So this is how you are going to ask, what is the action? Who is the doer? When you find the doer, you should know, okay, this should be rough in status. And what is the vowel sign for rough? U or un sound. Then the second example, it says, my tooth is hurting. So now who does the tooth belong to? Me. So, and my, I, my, my, her, their, all these words are possessive case, and you know that they are gerund status. Okay, so they are after of. Then it says the dentist gave me filling. Now, who is the doer? The dentist. And who is the receiver of the action? Again, me. So now all these three sentences are talking about me. So if you have to put a picture, if I say, okay, draw a picture about these three sentences, you're gonna just see one person over there, and that is me. But is that possible that I can switch around all these I, my, and me? Can I say, my ate too much chocolate? Or I say, I tooth is hurting, right? It's not gonna make sense. So basically, this is the status. So every word, even though like I, my, and me, they are playing different role in the sentence. At one place, it is Rafa, the other place it is jar, and the third place it is detail. So this is example. I hope everything is clear. Okay, now again, status number one was our doer. Doer, and the Arabic term is rafa or marfu. And again, how we gonna identify that? First, we need to identify the action. Ask yourself who is doing the action. And when you get the answer of who, that is your doer, and that should be rafin status. The example over here, haraja hamidun. So dun sound I heard, so that should immediately tell me that Hamid is the one who did the action. Hamid left. So this is our raf and doer. Okay, now another example over here. It says, a teacher entered the classroom. So who is the doer? A teacher. So he should be rough in status. Then the classroom, this is the detail. That would be object, detail, or nasab, whatever you wanna call. Then the next sentence says the teacher student woke up suddenly. Now teacher student, we can switch it around and we can say the student of the teacher woke up suddenly. So when I say student of the teacher, I have after of. So that means that is our jar, after of. And this suddenly is our detail, because this further telling this is adverb, right? Adverbs are nasab and they are detail. Okay, so that was our first kind of status. Now, the second kind of status, how we're gonna figure it out. The object or detail. The detail refers to the additional information about the action. So when we find the action and the doer, okay, what is left behind? Everything is, the rest of it is detail. Example over here. Ali ate chocolate at home yesterday happily because he was hungry. So what's the action first of all? Eating. Who did that action? Ali did it. So Ali should be rough doer. And now, what did he eat? He ate chocolate. So that is detail. Where did he eat? At home. When did he eat? Yesterday. How did he eat? Happily. And why did he eat? Because he was hungry. So these all, everything is detail. So Ali is rough over here. This is our action. And the rest, the whole thing is our detail. I hope it's clear. Okay, now status number 3 is after of. And the example over here is obviously you're gonna find of, a word after of. So that is after our after of, but sometimes as I said, we won't be able to find it. For example, over here, my house, but you can switch it around and you can say house of mine. So now you have of. Teacher of mine. So this is after of. Mother of the child, advisor of the king. So these are all example of jar. And again, what is the sign? Dun, dan, the last one, din. So din is the sign for jar majroor. Now, determine the status of highlighted red words over here. So my teacher, I saw my over here. So immediately I should say this is my after of. Then drinks is obviously our action. Then chocolate milk and regularly is our detail over here. Second example, he does not like vegetable or fruit. So he does not like. So who is the doer? He over here. So this is our doer. That should be rough in status. And what does he does not like? He does not like vegetable and fruit. So this is our detail and that should be nasab in status. Then the next one says, he buys his chocolate milk happily. So he is our doer, rough in status. Buy is our action. His chocolate milk, again, I see he's over here. So this is our after of. Okay, then we have next, my teacher. Again, this is our after of. My teacher also likes yummy shawarmas. Now, but what is yummy shawarma? This is our detail. So that should be nasab in status. Then we have his students. His student is our after of. So that is our after of. Next is he buys shawarma for his class sometimes. So again, he is our doer, which could be our rough. Buy is our action. Shawarma is our detail. So that should be nasab in status. For his class, so this is our after of. And then sometimes is our detail over here. Last example, my teacher patiently explains hard concept. So my again, this is our after of, and patiently, ly, adverb, this is our detail, explains, so this is the action, hard concept, so again, this is our detail. Okay, now we are here to, I'm gonna show you the gem, and inshallah look like I have time. So what I would do after this lesson, I'm gonna open up, inshallah, for any questions or anything you wanna talk about. So, وَلَقَدْ يَسَّرْنَا الْقُرْآنَ لِلذِّكْرِ فَهَلْ مِن مُدَّكِرٍ. So now I was talking about this word muddakir, and I was keep saying that it means that put, is there anyone who can put a little bit effort? So where this little bit is coming? Now this dhikr, the kafra, and this muddakir, you're gonna be surprised, they are same root letter. So this is the kaf and ra, and this muddakir, They are same root letter. So you can think of like that you are baking a cake and you have 3 ingredients. Your ingredients is the, kaf, and ra, and you are making cake, but you are making different shapes. So your mold is different. So you have your heart shape, maybe a round one or a square one or whatever. So this zakara, these 3 ingredients, now you are putting them into a different mold. Okay, so this mold is takara. So same, the root letter is, the ingredients are same, the, kaf, and ra, but the mold is different. And when you put over here, the meanings, its meanings are, he put a lot of effort to remember. He put a lot of effort to remember. Why we are saying it? Just say zakara and zakara. This one is taking like more on our tongue, so this is hard to pronounce. And subhanallah, you can see the meaning. The word is hard to pronounce, and even it is showing in the meaning that he put a lot of effort to remember. So this is the beauty of the language. Then what happened in Arabic language, that when some words are hard to pronounce, they kind of we can change them, we can switch them with a word that is easier to pronounce. So what happened over here, this is takara change into zakara, because zakara is harder and zakara is little bit easier than this one. So when we put that into this mold, what happened? The meanings are, he put some or lesser effort to remember. So he put some effort, see? So we reduce the intensity of the word, and now it became easy. And it is showing in the meaning, subhanallah. He put some or lesser effort to remember. But the story does not end over here. It's still hard. So it still got, instead of the, dal is easier to pronounce. So idzakara become iddakara. So it's now iddakara is like, this is the least we can put effort over here. So that's why the meaning are, he put a tiny bit, least effort to remember. And from this iddakara is from muddakir. So this, we know that we say aslama mean he submitted, and then we add meme, and the word become Muslim, and this Muslim mean the one who submit. So this meme comes to like give the meaning of the one who does the action. So now allama, muallimun, we know muallim, right? So same thing happen over here, we just add meme. So same thing. So iddakara, we just add meme over here, and this muddakir. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, is there anyone who are ready to put a tiny bit effort to remember him, to learn the language of Quran, to recite Quran, to memorize Quran, to do anything related to Quran? Subhanallah, this is amazing, alhamdulillah. So that was the gem. And now we have some pop quiz over here, and that is going to be your homework. So you need to answer all these questions. These are just one-liner, it's not a big homework. So you're gonna work on that, inshallah. And that, I was not expecting that I'm gonna be that fast, but it happened. So inshallah, we're gonna end our session over here, and then I'm gonna open it for a QA, so you can ask me any question. So subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun. Wassalamun ala al-mursaleen walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.